What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's Dennis from Simplify Investing, and today I want to come at you with a new stock that I've been looking at for the past week. I'm really excited about. I've been using this new strategy called social arbitrage that I've learned over from the Dumb Money channel. So if you're new here, please smash that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And without any further ado, let's get started. So as you can see here, I pulled up Yahoo Finance, the stock, the Container Store Group, ticker symbol TCS. They're trading at $6.05. They were down for the day, but this stock has been really volatile. As you could see here, this company has a $304 million market cap, and the volume on this stock has been crazy lately just because of all the hype around this stock. As you could see, this company's barely profitable by looking at its EPS. So if you're unfamiliar with social arbitrage, it's a methodology that's been created by the guys over at Dumb Money, specifically Chris Camillo. He came out with a strategy called social arb, which basically what you do is you find information that's not priced into the stock and that Wall Street still hasn't found out about, and you try to arbitrage that information in order for you to predict if the stock's going to go up or down. In this case, with the Container Group, we're predicting that the price is going to go up. And you may be asking, how are you going to find this information? So what I like to do is I like to go on Google Trends, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, any single database that I could get a hold of online. It's a great way to better understand the demand for the product, right? So Twitter, for example, is a great method to do this. Twitter is a way that people just go on and talk their emotions out and explain what they're thinking, and they also talk about what they're going to do prior to them actually doing it, which I think is really important. As you could, I'm sure we all can relate of people who go on Twitter and they say, oh, I'm going to go out and buy a new TV today or something like that. And you could use this information to arbitrage in the stock market. So let's get started. For those of you who don't know, last year around January 1st of 2019, Marie Kondo, who is a Japanese organization consultant, came out with a show on Netflix that blew up, who became a huge sensation around the United States. It was called Tidying Up. And basically what she would do is she would go to people's houses and try to declutter their messes, right? So she would go in and she would ask you, what do you need out of all the stuff that you have, and what can you live without? So whatever you could throw away, get rid of it, you don't need it, and then tidy up the places that the stuff that you actually do need. So what she would do is she would go to a Container Store and buy all these nice organization tools, boxes, etc., and put all the junk into it to make it look a little bit more organized and make it look a little bit more pretty. And it made a huge effect into the stock price. As you could see on this chart right here, this was back in January 1st is when the episode aired. As you could see, the price was at $4.95. It skyrocketed all the way up to $7.78 by just February 5th. And as you could see, it took a little bit of a dip, and then it just kept going up and up and up, all the way up to almost $9. I think it reached a peak of $8.92. So this is just another way to show that a show on Netflix by someone who's really popular can definitely affect the demand for a product and also the stock for the store that the product is in. So as you could already compare, the same thing goes on with the news show. A few of the different products that she would sell with her products from the Container Store would just be simple organization tools that you could, separate your clothes in and put, in your closet. A lot of kitchen supplies that organizes it, as you can see right here. And this did extremely well. As you could see, it's very affordable, and it just gives a very pleasing look to the eye, which I think a lot of people like. So it did really well. I mean, everything was sold out for a bit, and they're known as the condo effect. This was huge back in January and February, and you could tell it made a huge dent in the Container Store's profitability. Another thing I wanted to mention is the earnings for the quarter that the whole Maria Kondo collab came out with the Container Store. As you can see here, they did beat EPS and revenue, but very slightly. As you can see, EPS was 0.33, 3 cents more than what analysts estimated, and revenue was $252 million versus the $244 million that analysts expected. Now, I do want to keep in mind that analysts did come out and upgrade this. They upped their earnings estimate and the revenue estimate right before earnings came out, just because they realized what was going on with the stock. So I do want to keep that in mind. But as of today, No analyst has up their EPS estimate or the revenue estimate, so that's important to keep in mind. So again, this right here is directly off the Container Store earnings, their investor relations. As you can see here, 252 million in sales. Comp store sales were up 8.5%. EPS came out positive, and as you can see, a year prior to this, they were actually of a net loss. So I think that's important to keep in mind. And also what you could see here is the team actually coming out on the conference call and mentioning Marie Kondo effect on the call, and you could see here it says it also includes the positive impact from the Marie Kondo effect that is driving even more interest in our core category of custom closets and storage and organization. So even the executives of this company is realizing the effect that an influencer or a famous person can have on the store sales. This right here is the latest quarter. As you could see, with the whole illness that's going around, they got hit pretty hard. Sales were down about 27.6%, down to about $151 million. Obviously, a lot of stores got closed. There was not a lot of people willing to go outside and buy. It made a lot of sense. But an important thing to see here is online sales increased by 192%. That is huge. Also, they did come out with a loss. So this could be a pro because a lot of analysts probably are not expecting the company to do much better if they're not aware about this whole situation going on with the new show on Netflix. So I think that's very important to keep in mind. As you can see here, this is the show that came out on Netflix recently. It just came out about a month ago, but it really got promoted just about a week ago. They went out on Good Morning Today news, and they promoted this show, and it just blew up from then. As you could see, it's number 7 in TV shows today, and it's basically a show of two expert home organizers, Clea and Jonah, that go to celebrities and just your average Joe's house and declutter their house. But the difference between Marie Kondo and these two ladies are that Marie Kondo really wanted you to get rid of stuff, rather the home edit actually wants you just to reorganize everything. So as you can see through the little trailer right here, they go into these people's houses and they just rearrange everything, make it look really nice. But while doing so, they go to the Container Store and literally buy out the whole store and just rearrange people's houses. So I'm just going to go down. There's about 10 episodes, and you can see a few of the celebrities are like Khloe Kardashian, Rachel Zoe, and all these different people, Neil Patrick Harris, and they go and just reorganize their whole house. And it's been creating a lot of rage on Twitter. As you could see, a lot of people are coming out. I went to the Container Store in Philly, sold out. Let's see what else I could find here. Watching the home edit on Netflix. If the Container Store isn't already sold out of everything, I'm pretty sure there will be soon. I need to organize everything. So you can see people are really excited. And the Container Store is always sold out, and I'm scared to get another brand because I want them to stack correctly. And you could just keep going on for days and see all this demand just increase of the Container Store, which is super unusual, right? Now here I wanted to talk about the Google Trends for the home edit. I think it's really important to see how the demand picked up. So this is a little bit tricky to measure just because the show just got released, and it's really hard to quantify how much demand there really is just because it's a brand new season, right? So as you can see here, I did the home edit Netflix in the past 12 months and focused generally in the United States. You could see the demand really started to pick up at the end of September, or in the beginning of September, and it just continued to skyrocket. So another few key terms that I like to look up is the Container Store near me. Let's do past 5 years. And as you can see here, this spike is just insane. And this is mostly due to the show, right? A lot of people are interested in learning on how to reorganize their homes. They want to go get the products necessary to reorganize their homes. Let's do the Container Store hours. Let's do that. That's about on average. But another thing you could look up is the Container Store, the home edit. And just look at that. I mean, it even tells you what states you're looking at. You could do, again, let's go back to the Container Store hours. Or sorry, locations or near me, sorry. Near me. And you could see all these different states picking up, related topics, etc., etc. So next I want to pull up a few different pictures that I found on Twitter. Like, this is one of the stores that they sell the home edit in, and as you could see, I mean, the shelves are empty. Everything's practically sold out. Let's just go through a few different pictures I found. This is what it's supposed to look like. So I actually went to a few different stores and I talked to employees, and they're saying that they constantly have to fill up the shelves. From the 2 stores that I actually spoke with people at in person, they did mention that multiple trucks are coming in throughout the week. They're restocking their shelves several times a day, and they're not having an issue with supply, which is really important, especially with what's going on around the world. But again, as you can see, they're really, really, really struggling. They're just getting sold out. And when I went to the store, I asked the employees there, I asked 2 different employees, how's demand? And they said it's through the roof. People are going in, buying 500, 600. One of the employees even mentioned someone going in and buying $2,000 worth of merchandise. And it's just insane to show how much power and influence this one show can have, right? One of the employees also did mention that home organizers, like professional home organizers, are also going in and spending a ton of money right now because the demand for home organization has just gone through the roof. And here's a few different comments that I found on Instagram, specifically on the Container Store Instagram. And look, you could see, I binge watched the entire series and then immediately placed an order online at the Container Store. Organization makes me so happy. When are you opening in Indonesia? Please open a store here. And we are in need of your acrylic clear boxes and, well, everything else what you have in store. I mean, it's just crazy the hype that this company has right now. Again, do you ship to the Netherlands? Do you deliver to Australia? Do you ship to Canada? So here you could see that the demand is not just in the United States. Even though most of the stores are in the United States, I do believe they have 1 or 2 stores in Canada. But they do have an online section. As you could see, the Container Store Instagram actually came out and said, hey, we can ship out to you via the web, right? Again, this is an employee from the store who actually came out. And look what she says. The craze is real. We cannot keep product on the shelf since Netflix get organized with the home edit. Also, another thing that I wanted to bring up was when I went to the store, one of the employees there actually told me on Saturday she did $48,000 worth of sales on a Saturday, which she said on average it's probably about $3,000 in sales, and this is just in the kitchen section, right? So that's huge. She said they're hiring like crazy and they really need help. This is another picture from the Home Edit Instagram, and they're pretty much teasing that Season 2 is coming out, which is really exciting for both them and also for the investors of the Container Store, as it's probably going to cause another spike in demand for their products. Here's another picture that just wowed me. So this is all empty shelves from the Container Store, literally sold out of every single thing you could think of. Again, another picture of just empty. And again, when I spoke with the employee, they did say they're having issues with even just keeping their floors with products. They said that in the back of the stores, they don't even have enough products to just fill up the store, which is just crazy. They said they're getting shipments from 2 to 3 times a week, and they're still selling out of all of that. Also, they did mention that that they feel like this is bigger than the Maria Kondo collab that happened last year in January. So another thing I did was I went on the Container Store careers and I looked up a part-time retail employee. I'm just going to refresh this because it's a little bit old. So as you could see, in the past 20 hours, 20 hours, 21 hours, 21, 21, 20, 21, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, you could see all the demand for new employees, right? And you could probably contribute this to the increase in sales from the show, right? So this whole page was just in the past 2 days. So we'll go back to page number 2. And again, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And this just shows you how much they need people right now, right? They are really busy through the roof. So it's important to keep that in mind. Now, there is one article that came out on this that's been posted on Bloomberg and several different pages that basically mentioned the demand of the Container Store due to this Netflix series. As you can see, shares of the Container Store are up over 50% in the last 5 sessions. And then they're contributing it to the Netflix show, et cetera, et cetera. So this is important to keep in mind just because about a week ago, nobody really knew about this. Nobody really was paying attention to this. And now maybe Wall Street's going to start keeping an eye on it. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I'd love to hear about what you guys think about the Container Store. Is it a buy? Is it a sell? I would love to hear your feedback and see if the data that I pulled up, if it's actually credible and it might actually increase sales. I would love to hear that. Are you long? Are you short? Are you going to buy? Are you not? I would love to hear your criticism. And again, please hit that like button. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. And also, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps with my channel and the growth. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.